Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read you a very interesting headline. This is The Guardian. Trump officials can testify to Congress about his role in the horrible tragedy of several months back. So, Trump officials can testify, but the Department of Justice, the mayor of D.C., the Attorney General of D.C. will not charge or indict President Trump. The Department of Justice, Merrick Garland, federal prosecutors refuse to charge President Trump for his crimes, for telling people, because this is the narrative, this is what every publication, the New York Times, Washington Post, MSNBC, CNN, Vanity Fair, Esquire, Mother Jones, The Nation, The New York Magazine, The Atlantic, BuzzFeed, Rolling Stone, Daily Beast, everyone is writing the same thing. Trump is directly responsible for the horrible tragedy that took place several months back. Then why don't they indict Trump? Why don't they level criminal charges at him for all the crimes he's committed? Not just telling people to do horrible things several months, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, there's a commission now, today, and who knows how long it'll last, where politicians and witnesses are reliving a horrendous moment in time, and they're saying that it's basically all Trump's fault. So why don't they indict him? Because it's not his fault. Because for 5 months prior to November, the entire country experienced endless chaos and mayhem, according to Wikipedia. $1 to $2 billion in property damage, according to Wikipedia. 25 lives lost, according to over 25 lives lost, according to Wikipedia. And that was for a good cause. Well, justice. It was majority peaceful. Well, using that logic, it was mostly peaceful that fateful day as well. In D.C., mostly peaceful. The mayor of D.C. and the Attorney General of D.C. haven't leveled charges for a reason. Neither have Merrick Garland. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. We're almost at 183,000 subs. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding. So join my live streams. There's also this new feature, Super Thanks, I think it's called. So the channel has now allowed that to take place. I don't exactly know how it works. If you can tell me, that would be fantastic. But I should find out by tomorrow. And I should have a live stream in about 2 hours or so. So be here on this channel. Share this segment everywhere. Hit subscribe. If you want to support my work long term, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment. Again, if you want to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. And ladies and gentlemen, all you have to use is basic logic. Okay, Trump never worked with Russia. One reason we know is that he was never charged or indicted in a court of law. He was never arrested for anything to do with collusion. You have to prove your allegations in a court of law. It can't be conjecture. It can't be this hysterical, apoplectic, irrational, and completely illogical allegation that they level at Trump every single day. You could pick a topic. Trump supporters, Trump, officials, they're spreading misinformation that's leading to people losing their lives. You can't prove that. Nobody's being charged in a court of law for misinformation that, like this fisherman. You can't even run or escape to Montana. You'll have the apoplectic, morally superior, wonderful liberals confront you, and it's like this man went to Tucker Carlson saying, "Oh, your misinformation is causing lives to be lost." Tucker Carlson's not going to prison for taking people's lives because of his misinformation. This is basic logic and reasoning skills. I've heard Trump is a despot. We haven't seen this since the 30s and 40s. Trump signed prison reform legislation, and he negotiated a deal to bring Americans home from never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. He literally made us less militant. This is a fact. You could say we were still militant. You could say we were still doing the same things here and there. But he's the first president we've had in decades that didn't begin a new military intervention. This is a fact. Okay? Those despots and authoritarians and tyrants of years past are not known for that type of thing. In addition to, they're not known for signing an executive order on college campuses, combating anti-Semitism, which is what Trump did. They're not known for, Trump allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever and made the funding permanent. So there goes your, the endless stream of allegations that are completely irrational. Just say you don't like Trump and leave it at that. Can't you just say that you simply don't like the color orange or his personality, or you just don't like certain policies, even though Democrats had worse policies pertaining to the alleged value system that you have? Just simply say you don't like him, or that you don't think he was a good president because of a certain policy, or because... Don't point to the media meltdown, or CNN and MSNBC and the Washington Post and the New York Times endless stream. At least the Washington Post now has a very courageous journalist, Josh Rogan. He's awesome. So I never thought I'd say, within recent memory, I never thought I'd be like, oh, there's an amazing journalist at the Washington Post. There is. He's an amazing journalist. He's awesome. And I don't think he likes Trump, but he is very courageous. But just simply leave it at that. You don't need to see. The problem is they're hypocrites on so many things, okay? That one woman on that fateful day 5 months ago should be alive today, 6 months ago, should be alive. Okay? That woman should be alive. And if the tables were turned, you better believe, unarmed, not a specific, we can go, we can explain if the tables were turned. She should be alive. Those 4 people should be alive. Yes, it was a tragedy. But don't pretend like this didn't happen for 5 months. And then you turned a blind eye, and then politically you can extract every ounce of utility simply because, they were protesting for justice. And, it's okay, yeah, and that doesn't warrant or justify $1 to $2 billion in property damage, arson, lives lost, according to Wikipedia. CNN said fiery but peaceful. That was like a meme. That was like a true life. The irony and the hypocrisy, the disingenuous nature of that video was just, it's unbelievable. You had a building in flames and they said fire but peaceful. So, Democrats and media did not want to address the chaos and mayhem, according to Wikipedia, documented by Wikipedia. They didn't want to address the chaos and mayhem that took place 5 months before November because it didn't suit to them in terms of politics. They could paint Trump as being an authoritarian. So that didn't suit them. They were on the side of justice. So, shrug shoulders. I guess you had 25 lives lost and $1 to $2 billion in property damage. And you know what? It was for a good cause. This wasn't for a good cause. So therefore the mayhem was bad. That's the warped, distorted mentality of Democrats. That's why nobody trusts media. Because media has a political goal and objective. You can look at the double standard. If it's Biden and Tara Reid, oh my God, don't believe. Money troubles, yeah, you know what, don't believe. But if it's Kavanaugh or Trump, believe. It's so obvious, the hypocrisy and the double standard. It's unbelievable, but it's very believable if you really understand that political side. Hit subscribe right now. Be here in about 2 hours for the live stream on this channel. We have amazing live streams on this channel, and they're awesome. Be here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. If they can't indict Trump, they should just start stop leveling these allegations. Give me your thoughts.